The electronic thermal throttle is by far the most innovative, the most demanded feature that Bullard has come up with in 13 years of thermal imaging. It's a really, really unique feature. It allows a firefighter in a non-fire activity typically to identify a hotspot, to do victim search, to look at hazmat scenes in a different way, to do size up, overhaul. It's a patented device, it's exclusive only to Bullard, and it's just extraordinarily unique.
During size-up, thermal imagers give firefighters important information very early at an incident. Firefighters using a thermal imager can survey a building's heat signature, helping to quickly identify the seat of the fire and the structural damage that has occurred. Electronic thermal throttle assists in size-up by coloring the seat of the fire in blue. Incident commanders can quickly survey a structure for blue hotspots and deploy resources accordingly.
In an overhaul situation, which is a great example and a great potential use for electronic thermal throttle, you're going to see in an overhaul situation a lot of white, a lot of gray on a thermal imager. It's going to be hard to distinguish where maybe a potential hotspot or rekindle situation is. What electronic thermal throttle will do is actually colorize, identify those specific spots that might be potential concerns.
When searching for victims in outside or interior non-fire rescue situations, the electronic thermal throttle helps identify human form through its warmer heat signature. With electronic thermal throttle engaged, victims show as blue on a Bullard thermal imager and are quickly distinguishable from surrounding objects and foliage.
When you're trying to discern things are a little close, we can give you a little more control in your hands. Electronic thermal throttle means you can set the adjustment. You can throttle it up or throttle it down. You can adjust when that blue color comes on and when it doesn't. So it gives you control. It's not just 1,000 degrees and higher. It's not just the super conditions, but it's anywhere you at. Any scene, you can dial it in. Very functional for the non-emergency situation. You're getting more value out of that camera you spent a lot of money to get.
Firefighters use thermal imagers to help manage hazardous spills and other hazmat incidents more effectively. With the electronic thermal throttle, fluid and solid levels in a container can often be quickly identified. Material in containers that is warmer than the airspace surrounding it will colorize blue. Thermal imagers are playing an increasingly important role as a powerful diagnostic tool. Electronic thermal throttle can identify specific components in industrial or electrical equipment which have failed or are overheating. These components, not easily identified on a standard grayscale thermal imager, are isolated in blue with the help of electronic thermal throttle.
The electronic thermal throttle is really an important innovation, and it's something that adds a lot of value to a firefighter in kind of non-fire situations. And when you think about when firefighters are actually fighting fires as opposed to when they may be working on smells and bells activities or answering alarms or whatever it may be that don't actively involve fire, it's an extremely important tool. It's something they can use on every call.